I'm live. Good morning, everyone, all you beautiful beings. Thanks for being here. Thanks for watching. Oh, something just broke off my little medicine pouch here. Little medicine pouch. Little duck feather I'd found. Okay, so let's start off the live session with a smudge. I've got my smudge bowl out. My sage already in there. Ooh, that helps burn away. Yeah, that burns away some stuff there too. By your passion. Okay, look, that's gonna go out before I even light my smudge. We go. Whoop. Whoop. Okay. Okay, go out. Wow. Geez, they're hard to light, but once they get lit, these matches. Whoa, there we go. There we go. Done mine this morning, so this one's for you. Clear the airways. Feel it going over you. Sage. Cleansing. Cleansing the space between us. Cleansing the airways. Cleansing our auras. Cleansing our minds. Bringing us peace. Oh, that sage smell is beautiful. All righty. Let's get into our totem self today. Okay. Here we go. Thanks for liking, sharing, and subscribing. All that stuff like that there. Yeah, my friend showed me this. This guy that just started YouTube. He's like, yeah, I got 10,000 subscribers. I just started this. I didn't know it would take off like that. I'm like, good for you. I'm going to stick to it because this is for me too. And, you know, the ones that I'm going to be able to help will be drawn to me. I know I'm not the only one. We all have our issues and we all, you know, all of us light workers and stuff basically are saying the same messages, but in our own words, right? Paraphrasing in our own words. So that way it becomes more accessible to all, right? So if we have more people saying the same messages, but in their own ways, more people are going to understand those, right? So it's okay to all be saying the same thing because we all say it in our own ways. We all bring our own unique energy and vibe to it, right? So that's what I got to do so I don't start getting down on myself. What do you think you're doing? There's all these like tarot readers out there and stuff. Well, you see, I don't see myself as a tarot reader. You know, I'm a begin within guide because I'm not trying to tell you future. We deal with today. We deal with now. Let's have the energies. What are we going to do with today? Really, because that's where our power lies. Our power lies is in here and in the now, right? Eckhart Tolle talked about that, wrote about that. There's so many of these spiritual teachers. Spirit is with us always, right? Say these things in their own way, but they're all really saying the same things. It's much like religions, saying the same things in their own way, in their own language, right? Then what they call the higher power, whatever you call it, that higher power is there. All right, so let's call in our directions. The east, path of illumination, clarity, the man, the south, the innocence, the inner child, the west, the woman, introspection, and up in the north is our inner wisdom, the place of maturity. And we go from childhood to adulthood. And then we go east to west is the blue road. The blue road of spirit. All right. Then we bring in above, below, and within. So we've honored all our directions, called in all the medicines of those directions and those powers. What's that flopping out there? Frog. He just jumped out there. The cleansing and the purifying. So he's going to be part of our reading anyway. It's special. Cleansing and purifying. Reminders there. Got a nice reflection coming in from my window. Will this balance it out? Let me see. Does that help or does that create more reflection? A little bit more. Okay, frog. I know you wanted to be part of this. So I need you to sit still. Okay, Froggy? Ribbit. This is my totem from below, actually. Frog brings in the rains. It's purifying, cleansing. Those tears are good. Those are our personal rains that help cleanse our soul, right? And fertilize our crops inside, right? Our tears help that new growth, help those seeds. So the tears are okay, right? Help us to find our inner peace, to clear out, right? And wash us away all that sadness and that darkness so we can see our light. Thank you, Frog. So, path and totem for today. The main ones for today to keep in mind. We're on this path with this totem, and Frog's also offering us support through it all. The retreat, right? Well, we need to retreat sometimes to go into cleansing. We need to retreat to hear what is it that we need to cleanse, right? And then we go into that deep reflection, right? Because it's all within ourselves. It all begins within. The reflections that we're getting, right? It's self-reflection. We put out those projections and then we get reflections back to us. And what are those reflections saying about ourselves, right? We could also do that deep dive into the self, right? The blue heron does these deep dives. So take that deep dive in a retreat. Retreat within. Do that deep dive in that self-reflection. What needs to be cleansed? Still, right? We've been doing a lot of cleansing. It's, it's never ending. It's like dishes. There's always going to be a dish there to clean, right? Laundry's never ending, because you wash all your laundry. What about the clothes you're wearing? So there's always something. Always going to be something to be cleansed, to be replaced. It's the spiral, not just a cycle, right? Seems like a cycle, but we're spiraling up because we get higher perspective as the things get cleansed out. Yeah, here, blue heron and frog want to talk. Blue heron wants to eat the frog, I think. No, they're buddies. They're buddies. They get along just fine. They come out together, do that deep dive for that reflection in the retreat moments to help with us. Look at transformation. Transformation's coming. So, who goes first today? Male jumped out here. Okay, and the female wants these guys here. Okay. So, in our male energies today, finding that earth connection, that empowerment within ourselves, when we bring back our power to be full and whole, we go into that retreat and realize what that is. There we have the boundaries again, right? Sometimes we need to take out some old boundaries or realize we didn't have any boundaries and put those boundaries in, because that can make us feel empowered. When we have boundaries, we can feel empowered because we know that we can stand up for ourselves and we can say, no, you kind of crossed a line with me there, until this is my personal boundary. And we feel more empowered with that. Those are ways we can take our power back by having those boundaries and standing firm in them. It doesn't make us mean or anything like that to have boundaries. We all need boundaries. I mean, we got the boundaries of the body, right? So our spirit is in here living in some boundaries this way, but we are limitless. Yeah. The more we place those boundaries, the more we take back our power, the more we connect with our Earth Mother, the more that we see we're always nurtured, right? And we respect the boundaries of our Earth Mother, right? Don't take more than we need. Always get back, replenishing the source, right? So, boundaries. What are your boundaries? How do you stand up for yourself when a boundary is crossed? What do? Do you do it in ways that keep yourself empowered, empower others as well? To know how to respect boundaries, right? Somebody crosses boundaries and you say don't cross these boundaries. Are you helping to empower them to respect other people's boundaries? Maybe they weren't aware. Some people just aren't aware of boundaries, whether it be conditions or whatever it might be. Some people just don't know and appreciate when you point out boundaries to them. Like kids, they all need boundaries, right? Guidelines. So it's a safe environment for them to flourish. But yet, you know, like they say, you give them an inch, they take a mile, or you give them enough lead, they'll hang themselves. Well, I don't want them to do that, right? That's why children need boundaries, they need guidelines, they need to be able to predict, right? If I do this, this happens, right? That helps our children and that empowers them too. So there's the actions we need to take. Make sure we have those boundaries in there, right? Especially when it comes to integrity and impeccably. We need to have some firm boundaries there, morals and values. So if we go within, that's the woman's side. Here we go. Introspection and look at those goals. Look at those. What are we going after? So then we might need some new sets of boundaries of, you know, me starting my little school thing. Where's my boundaries? What hours am I going to put into school? When do I want it done? Because we're building, right? What's your goals? What are you trying to build? Then look at each other. What are you building? You're building a new you. You're building a life. You're living a life, right? Building joy into this life. What are the goals and introspections? Have we gone to them already? Have you reached your goals? Which goals have you reached? What boundaries have you put down that help you to feel empowered to go after those goals? It says Beaver, when they build their dams, you know, it's not just a one in, one out. They have many exits out of their dam, right? So there's many options, many doorways to go through to either get out or to get in to safety, right? So it creates its boundaries in its home, in its beaver dam, but it doesn't keep itself trapped in there. It has many exits, so it can get out easily if something gets in, or I don't think their dam would catch on fire, but you know, it's in the water. Who knows though, right? They're in there cooking up something, leave it on the, no. But point is, many exits. We don't need to block ourselves in. We are never trapped, right? If we take that time to look at those goals, are we keeping ourselves trapped? Are our boundaries keeping us locked in? Do we not have the exits that we need to get out or to get back in when we need to, right? Because sometimes you're out and about in that world. You need to go back to your safety, right? And if one door gets blocked, how are you going to get back in, right? We can shut ourselves out. That's why we need to go into that deep reflection, right? And then retreat so we can let ourselves back in, right? So our littles get scared and say to our adult selves, forget that, you ain't coming back in here. Maybe, right? I'm driving the bus now. Look, I got you to adulthood. Don't just throw me out. Right? What was that? That's an old saying. Somebody else said, Kern Grillo said that. Don't throw the baby out with the bathwater. Right? Our littles got us to adulthood. So we need to honor and appreciate that. Right? And have boundaries. So our littles feel safe and empowered and bring back those powers that were either given away or taken from us in childhood, because that is not our fault, right? Deep reflection and cleanse that. Any kind of blame or shame we have around that needs to be cleansed, because it was not our fault, and we don't need to be ashamed of that. It's great lessons that came from that. Hard lessons are great lessons. Yes, they're hard. But if we get hooked up in how hard they are, we miss the whole point and the lesson that's in it. All of it is connecting us with ourselves and who we are, and that empowerment and building a more peaceful world, right? Because we all need to do that, to see the opportunities and to show others the opportunities. We're never trapped, right? We always got somebody that's there, somebody watching us, okay? We've got reflections coming back to us. What are those reflections saying? Right? Self-reflection. It's always saying something about ourselves. Everything. Okay, wow. These are some pretty powerful readings that are coming out here. Remember, it's about building you and who you are. And you are beautiful. And if you're not you, who's going to do that for you? I believe that. I believe that as truth. It resonates so deep in me that we are here to be ourselves. The purpose is to live this human life. Really. So what is that for you? You know, you decide your own purpose, right? There may be karma ties or whatever on some level. We can get in there and we can switch that up. We can, what's that called? Re make another agreement, right? We can look back and go, wait a second, I don't like this plan. Let's look this over. Let's change this up a little bit. We can tweak our plans, you know, drop things, change our minds. That's okay, right? Because that's in our boundaries, something cross our boundaries because we're building something, right? Throw away the materials that not work and keep in the materials that are working for ourselves. So, you are a beautiful being. You are enough. You are very needed here on this earth. Otherwise, you would not be here. You would not have come to this earth if there was not something for you to do here or for you to learn here. Because as we learn and grow, then we're adding to the learning and growth of the all. So, much love to all you beautiful beings. Look at the beauty around you. Look at the beauty in the world, because you know what? The beauty you see is you being reflected back to you. Okay? We get to choose where we focus. We can focus on what's not working, where we're feeling sad. We can focus on those beautiful people in the world because they are there. And there's so many of them. Choose where you look, right? You can look over here at sadness and misery, or you can look over here at the happiness in people. We choose where we look. We choose where we focus. So let's focus within and look at all that beautiful stuff within us to give us empowerment, to empower us, instead of the stuff that took our power away. Okay? Focus on empowering ourselves and others in the highest and best interest of all. Right? See that beauty of who you are. See the truth of who you are, a divine and sacred being. Yes, you are. You. And you, 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 and you. All over there. All of this. Everybody watching and not watching. All divine beings, all meant to be here. This world is brighter with you in it. So shine your light bright. Peace. Biggest heart hugs. And much love to you. Thank you. Peace. Right. Okay. Do this again. I'll get used to it. It's only the second time. Technically third. Okay. Peace. They're all knocking down. Well, here, if it's going to freeze frame, let's freeze frame on all the cards here. Okay, they just want to go down here. That's fine. That's fine. Fine then. I'll go down there then. Fine. And we're going to close this out. There we go. I'll just hold it. You are an amazing being. Yes, you are. We can't cancel